Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be talking about AI in networking.
Specifically, we'll
That's
be
right.
separating the hype from reality.
Exactly.
What can AI really do for networks right now, and where is it headed?
And we've got some great insights from industry experts and real-world examples, all from Avid Think's latest report.
Yeah.
So let's unpack this idea of like autonomous networks, these self-healing, self-optimizing systems. That's been the dream for ages, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This has been around for decades.
Decades.
Right. And yet my Wi-Fi still drops out occasionally, so we're clearly not there yet.
Right.
So where are we?
So the TM Forum, they actually have this autonomous network maturity model,
Okay.
and they break it down into these levels, from
Hmm.
level 0, which is totally manual, to level 5, full autonomy. So are we close to level 5?
No, not even close, to be honest. Level 5 is very aspirational.
Okay.
But the good news is AI is actually driving progress, across all the stages, even if it's not quite the robot overlord scenario some might imagine.
So less about AI magically zapping us to level 5, more about it being a powerful tool at each step of the way.
Exactly. And a really crucial distinction that the report makes is between these two types of AI. You've got predictive and generative.
Ah, yes, the veteran and the rookie, right.
In a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, think of them as like specialized tools in your networking toolbox, right?
Okay.
Predictive AI excels at, well, predicting,
Right.
analyzing historical data to try to forecast potential issues like, network failures before they happen.
Yeah.
That's been around a bit longer. We've seen some good success stories with that.
Like those algorithms that can like flag a faulty network cable before it actually goes down, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's always wild to me.
Or even more impressive, the report talks about how, like, eBay used AI to predict and prevent data center outages. They could proactively generate these trouble tickets before users were even impacted.
Oh, okay, that's next level.
Right.
But what about generative AI? It's, poised to revolutionize everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got huge potential, but it's still early days.
Hmm.
Generative AI uses these massive language models, like what powers ChatGPT,
Right.
to really understand intent and complete complex tasks. For instance, like translating natural language commands into network configurations or even like, suggesting the root cause of a problem.
So unlike predictive AI, which is really crunching numbers, generative is understanding context and intent, like having a very, very intelligent assistant. What?
Exactly.
Wow.
It opens up some really interesting possibilities, especially for simplifying complex tasks.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me because where are we seeing these two types of AI actually being used in the real world? And I mean like tangible examples, not just, oh, this is what it could do.
Yeah, the report breaks this down across the entire network lifecycle, from like design to continuous improvement.
Okay, let's do it. So let's start with network design. That crucial day zero phase before anything is actually up and running.
Right.
The report mentioned AI can automate some of the more, I guess, tedious design tasks, like finding the perfect spots for Wi-Fi access points.
Yeah.
Does that mean no more crawling around in the attic with a tape measure trying to get the signal just right?
You got it. AI-powered tools are already helping engineers with those kinds of tasks.
Okay.
And it goes beyond Wi-Fi.
Right.
We're talking AI analyzing your needs and actually recommending the best hardware and software for the job, especially for like those massive complex deployments.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Large-scale deployments where those efficiencies will really shine. But what about the actual process of getting those networks set up? That day one deployment phase.
Yeah, so imagine this.
Okay.
AI that can translate configurations across equipment from different vendors,
Okay.
making multi-vendor networks much less of a headache.
Wait, seriously,
Yeah.
solving that multi-vendor compatibility issue, that's like the holy grail of networking. How close are we to that being a reality? It's not science fiction anymore.
What?
And then think about security policies.
Right.
Instead of manually writing every single rule, AI could auto-generate them, based on your intent.
Okay.
For example, you could tell the system, like, only devices in this group can access this application, and it would handle the rest.
Okay, that's impressive. It sounds like AI is already making waves in the design and deployment stages.
Yeah.
But what about day two, the ongoing management and monitoring of those networks?
Right.
That feels like prime territory for AI to really flex its muscles, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. This is where AI is truly shining today.
Okay.
Take anomaly detection, for example.
Yeah.
AI can spot these like subtle, unusual patterns in network traffic that might indicate a problem brewing.
It's like having 1,000 eyes constantly scanning for potential issues.
So it's not just about reacting to problems faster, it's about anticipating them before they even happen.
Exactly.
Wild.
And remember that eBay example we were talking about?
Yeah.
They actually used machine learning algorithms, right,
Right.
trained on tons of historical data
Yeah.
to create this system that could predict potential data center outages days in advance.
Wow.
That's AI in action for day two.
Yeah, that level of proactive monitoring and prevention is amazing. Now, shifting gears a bit, what about optimization?
Right.
It seems like AI could be incredibly powerful for maximizing network performance and efficiency.
You're absolutely right. And what's really remarkable is that AI can optimize for multiple factors simultaneously,
Okay.
not just raw speed.
Yeah.
We're talking about balancing performance with cost, energy efficiency, security. Like, it's about finding that sweet spot for all those factors.
So it's not just about making networks faster, it's about making them smarter overall.
Precisely.
Okay.
And the report highlights this case study with Nokia.
Okay.
They developed this AI-powered solution that helped the telecom company, KDDI, reduce power consumption in their mobile network
Okay.
by up to 50% during off-peak hours.
Wow.
So that's a win-win for sustainability and their bottom line.
That's incredible. Less energy wasted and lower operating costs.
Right.
Talk about a business case for AI. Now let's talk about troubleshooting and customer support.
Okay.
I think we've all experienced the frustration of interacting with those early AI chatbots
Oh, absolutely.
that were more trouble than they were worth.
For sure.
But AI is changing the game for chatbots and customer support.
Yes.
We're not talking about like basic keyword matching anymore.
No.
Imagine an AI that can analyze logs, pinpoint the root cause of a network issue in seconds, and even guide the user through the solution.
Right.
Now, that's the kind of AI-powered support I can get behind. Speed and accuracy are critical, especially when something goes wrong. Are there any real-world examples of this level of AI-assisted troubleshooting in action?
Yeah, the report mentioned this pilot program run by Cox, the telecommunications company.
Yeah.
They used AI to cut down their average problem resolution time from 45 minutes to 45 seconds.
It's 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
That's incredible. So it sounds like AI is already delivering really tangible benefits across design, deployment, management, optimization, and even troubleshooting.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Well, we've covered a lot, but there's one more crucial area.
Mm-hmm.
Continuous improvement.
Okay.
This is all about making sure your network is constantly evolving, becoming more secure, more efficient, and just better equipped to handle future demands.
Continuous improvement, music to any network administrator's ears. What role does AI play in that?
So think about tasks like identifying devices that need those security updates or patches.
Yeah.
AI can automate a lot of that, making sure that your network is staying ahead of those threats.
Right.
AI can even simulate the impact of new software releases or configuration changes before they're actually deployed,
Oh.
minimizing the risk and downtime.
So it's about mitigating risk and accelerating innovation thanks to AI.
Exactly. So by analyzing huge amounts of data and learning from past experiences, AI can really help network operators make smarter decisions,
Right.
implement those changes with more confidence.
This all sounds incredibly promising, but as with any, transformative technology, I imagine there are challenges and hurdles to overcome.
Yeah.
What are those?
While the potential of AI and networking is huge, there are some important challenges that we need to address.
Right.
Navigating those challenges successfully will be key to unlocking AI-driven networks' full potential.
So what are those challenges? What are the biggest roadblocks on this path to AI-powered networking bliss?
Well, I think one of the biggest hurdles is trust.
Okay.
Network operators need to be able to trust the AI's recommendations.
Right.
It can't just be this black box spitting out suggestions with no reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
And, we've all heard those stories about AI hallucinating,
Right.
making things up.
Yeah.
It can't have that for networks.
Right. You can't have your network suddenly rerouting traffic based on some AI fantasy.
Exactly. So reliability and predictability are key.
Absolutely.
And it's not just about the AI being correct. It's about being able to understand why.
Yeah.
Explainability is really important.
Okay.
Network operators need to be able to see the AI's logic,
Yeah.
see how it got to that decision so they know it's not based on bad data or assumptions.
That makes sense. It's like, I don't just want my car to drive itself. I want to know how it's making those decisions,
Exactly.
especially if something unexpected happens.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's data privacy, which is huge. Just like with any cloud-based technology, we've got to be super careful about where that sensitive network data is stored, how it's used, how it's protected.
Absolutely. Are there any other challenges, or are those the big ones?
The report also brought up this issue of legacy infrastructure
Okay.
because a lot of networks, especially in these larger companies, they still rely on older systems, what some people call brownfield deployments.
Okay.
These systems were designed way before AI was even a thing. So trying to integrate these AI-powered solutions into those environments can be really tricky.
So it's like trying to teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, kind of. It's not impossible, but it takes, planning, expertise, and often the right tools to bridge that gap.
Okay. So there are definitely some hurdles to overcome, but it sounds like the potential benefits of AI in networking, I mean, they really outweigh the challenges, right? So for our listeners, what are the key takeaways here? What do they need to know to navigate this whole, I mean, it's a complex and constantly evolving landscape.
Yeah, I'd say don't wait.
Okay.
Don't wait for that perfect AI solution to come along. There's already tons of value you can unlock with what we have available now.
Right.
Start by identifying those pain points in your network where AI can, make an immediate difference.
Right. Like those anomaly detection, smart alerting systems, that's a game changer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, once you've got those areas figured out, talk to vendors, check out the different
Mhm.
solutions, and don't be afraid to get involved in those early adopter programs
Yeah.
because this is moving so quickly. Your feedback can really help shape these technologies going forward.
So get involved, get your hands dirty. Don't be afraid to experiment a bit.
Exactly. The more we experiment, the more we learn, and the faster we can unlock AI's full potential in networking.
I love it. Okay, well, we always wrap up these deep dives with a final thought-provoking question,
Right.
something for our listeners to kind of chew on.
Okay.
So, as networks become more and more reliant on AI, what role will human expertise play in the future?
That's a great question.
Right, like are we headed towards a world where we need like super specialized network engineers who can troubleshoot down to like the packet level? Or are their roles going to evolve into something totally different?
Right.
More strategic, more high level, focused on designing and collaborating with AI systems? What do you think?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
It's something that we'll be grappling with for years to come, I think.
It is a fascinating future to think about. Well, thanks to everyone for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI in networking. We'll catch you next time for another